Welcome to Tea Time. Giving everyone a second to get all logged in. Giving everyone a little time. Welcome to Tea Time. I hope the volume is up. I didn't get a volume check from Donald. Hey, sister. Hey, sister. Welcome. We're all ready to get started. Let me just make sure I got my phone in case anyone wants to chat. I do know that it's hey niece. I do know that it's spring break in Maryland. So we are enjoying part of the spring break season right now. Thank you, sis. I have on my Easter bonnet. You all know that we are in Holy Week this week. If anyone is Catholic, or some Christians as well celebrate it. It's Holy Week, so we're getting ready for Easter. So we have Good Friday coming up. Hey, Shamika. And everyone normally has them some good old fried fish. I've seen a lot of people selling fish dinners, but sometimes I just like me a good old fish sandwich without all those sides. So let's see. First and foremost, this is the first full month of spring. We know that spring starts in March, which is towards the end of the month. Hey, sis, but this is the first full month of spring, right? So make sure you get out and get some vitamin D for your body. We all need it. I do want to give a shout out for the tea topic for today. I want to give a shout out, hey Sanaya, to Miss Linda Bostic. Let me tell you a little bit about Miss Linda Bostic. Miss Linda Bostic is the godmother of my twins, Shamika and Donald, and she was a church member with their mom. They were in like an April committee because the twins' mom's birthday is in April as well. So they were in a birthday committee and they always celebrated birthdays together. And once the twins' mom passed when she was about 10 months old, Hey and Elle, once they were about 10 months old and their mom passed away. And you know, when children lose their parents, the one thing a lot of people say is, let me know if you need me. I'm here for you. I got you. All those nice encouraging words. Hey sis, all those nice encouraging words that people give to you, not only when children lose their parents, but sometimes people give it to you when you lost your parent. And there's so many people, and I like to think in their heart, they really mean well, hey sis, and that they want to do it. But this lady, Miss Linda Bostic, their godmom, stayed by their sides all of their life, right? They will be 21, as most of you all know, this July. Shamika and Donna will be the big 21. And this lady has been there every step of the way, right? Never missing a birthday, graduation, a Christmas, just you name it. She first started out when they were younger, and her and the young ladies who also were on the April committee together, they got together and they would brought them T-shirts, like a hat chair, all these types of things that was never even asked. Like, I mean, you never had to ask. When they got of older and of age and Cash App was around, they always could look forward from a Cash App to her. So she just celebrated her 87th birthday, I believe. On this past first, I think that was, when was the first? Was the first Saturday? So I definitely want to give a huge birthday shout out to her. Hey Chulo, because people don't have to be nice. So this lady is not someone who we knew, not a family member that was growing up with us, just someone who went to the mom's church, and their mom was not even at that church long, and she kind of jumped in. And when I say she was God sent, you never had to ask her for a day. So if you all could just please find it in your heart to shout out a happy birthday to Miss Linda Bostic. I truly appreciated her. She never focused on where I live, what size house, what size car, anything that she could do for them. She always did it. So we just took her flowers on this past Sunday and birthday card and little gift to just show her our appreciation and gratitude. And I know as long as there's breath in my body, they will always acknowledge her as long as she is here on earth. Another shout out. So yesterday I wanted some crabs, right? And I have a few things going on right now. And I was like, so I first told my sister, I said, anybody got any spare crabs? Because they normally always have some spare crabs, and especially midget to tell me to come and get some or diamond. But I went on Facebook yesterday and I asked somebody to get me some crabs. I said, somebody send me some crabs. Find it in your heart to bless me with crabs. You know, and people sometimes can get sidetracked, right? Because they get to knowing, oh, well, don't she got this? And I seen her traveling. You all better stop that. If you all can be a service to someone, you all better be a service to someone. And Lord, behold, I was blessed with $165 yesterday and just crabs. So $165, right? And I told people, don't, I ain't telling you to send me 10 to $20. I'm telling you to send me $3, $5. But the fact that you can ask for your people to be a blessing to you. Because at first, the old me couldn't nobody I couldn't ask nobody for nothing. It was too proud. But the words say sometimes we have not because we ask not, right? So if you're a true believer and it's your season to be blessed, while I get ready for K-Day and get ready for Shamika prom and get ready for these bills and all this going on. So of course everybody know I got a few dollars, but I'm talking about I didn't have no money for crabs, right? Because we all got money for probably the Pepco bill. So why should I not have crabs, or why should I take the Pepco money and buy the crabs when someone else probably are in their giving season and could just bless me? So thank you to each and every one of you all for sewing in. And even though you may say, hey, it's just crabs, yes, but that's my addiction, right? And I'm so thankful that I didn't have to spend any money while I'm going on this no money spree to make sure Shamika Big Day is all slated. She has 2 graduations coming up and 1 prom, and wrapping up the program that she's in that extends to her 21st birthday. So I just thank those people for just blessing me. You all truly was a blessing. I had some big large crabs. They were so good. I sat there and had to balance a book because you all blessed me. While we're on the blessing spree, we're going to go one more time with this cup here. It says, let's spend quality tea time together. You all see that? Let's spend quality tea time together. My niece called me about a week or two ago and she told me she had something for Yari. And when I got there to get the gift for Yari, she had this for me. She said, Auntie, I picked you up this cup. And I thought it'd be good for tea time. This lightning is off a little bit. Okay. She said she thought it would be great for tea time. So I just want to definitely shout out my niece for thinking of me, in the moment. Because it's good to bless others and it is good to be blessed. Do not walk around feeling like you are not entitled in your season. Because anyone that has known me for a short time know that if I can bless you, I'm going to bless you. And if I can pray for you, I'm going to pray for you. And when I do hit the Powerball or the Mega Million, you will get your share. So let's go. So you all know that we have been talking about depression and how it relates to suicide. So, and I just want to, I want us to come together and just talk about a few things. Security is getting y'all. Okay, thank you, security. And I just want to talk about a few things that can be some prevention. So I know one of the things that we didn't touch on a lot that leads to depression and even can lead to suicide is someone's financial state, right? So what someone's financial state. So some people could have just lost it all in the stock market. Some people cannot regain employment or sufficient employment for what they had. And they just don't have the resources to just go on. And they just feel like because I can no longer carry my family, I'm going to end it. You even have some people that not only end it for themselves, but they're end it for their immediate family members. You'll have cases where parents did not only just take their self out, but they took their spouse out, they took their children out, right? And then we have people that come back in and they want to shoot up an old job. I think that's where the saying, don't make me go postal came from. I think that started from the whole post office message back in the days. And then sometimes innocent people are killed and then they take their own life, right? People don't kill the whole family Yeah, yeah, I've seen. You've never seen when people have killed the whole thing. Yes, they have killed their children. I know it was the one that happened, and I would have to look it up and send it to you. But I want to say it was during COVID. And a father took his life and the children's life. I don't think the mom passed, but I'm gonna look it up. But yes, people, and I've seen it more with men. When women do it, it's more of the just the mental health side, not so much as the financial background. But yes, they have. Okay, someone just said they heard a quote on their favorite podcast today. If I set myself on fire today to keep you warm, what happens tomorrow when it's still cold? Let me read that again. I'm like, okay, if I set myself on fire today to keep you warm, what does that mean when you get cold tomorrow? So basically to me what that quote is saying is, once I set myself on fire to take care of you today, if you're cold tomorrow, I done already burnt myself up, so that's not much I can do then, right? So that's why taking care of self is so important in helping giving people the tools that they need to keep on keeping on, right? Okay, so we talked about finances. What are some things that you all, while we're talking about finances, what were some things that you all would jot out right now that you would give to someone to stop them from reaching suicidal because of finances? What are some things, if you all just think of something that just comes to the top of your head, what is something that you can think of that will make you understand or share with someone else the importance of taking good care of your finances to stop it from leading that way? Anyone. We got the doctor on the line and all that good stuff. So anyone, lawyers, a little bit of everything be involved in tea time. Anyone, what would you recommend to someone? I know that one thing that comes to mind for most people is living outside your means, right? Okay, so repeat the question. So, what advice would you give to someone that's struggling with financial issues? Because we all know that finances can be one of the main things that lead to suicidal to someone attempting to commit suicide. What advice would you give them? Like, would you say focus on not living without outside your means? What would be some suggestions that you would give the person to help them not get into that state in the first place? So right now we're just sharing information. Let's see, we have something else coming in. If someone said they'll give you $1 million today, but you have to die tomorrow, would you take the $1 million? No, because the amount of, okay, hold on one second. Let me open this up. No, because no amount of money is worth your life. You are never too poor for people who truly loves you. I definitely like that. You're never too poor for people that truly. So let's again, we're giving some encouraging words. What would you tell? Because it's not always someone. Because I know a lot of times we say, "Hey, well, don't live with outside of your means. Save a little bit. Save some money." But what about when Because a lot of times this doesn't happen overnight, right? Sometimes we do save up. What is the saying? Can you anybody drop in the chat how many months you're supposed to have saved to live? I think it's 3 months of income. I'm not totally sure, but I believe it's 3 months. I'm going to say 3 months of income. Would you recommend that people have 3 months of income saved? But then what about when that 3 months is up? Because really you're still really agitated while you're going through the stage before you even get to the point where you're ready to start using that money. So we have learn more about money management. Okay, learn more about money management. Tamika, do you have anything that we can go to a website or anything that you can drop in the chat that's really good? Get a financial advisor. Okay, so financial advisor. So to me, financial advisor means more money because some of them can be really expensive, right? Um, do they? I know that sometimes you may have them for free. Get counseling, ask for help from friends and family, and start to budget. Definitely ask for it from friends. And let me tell you something. And I don't know a lot about a lot of communities, but I'm only speaking of the African American community. We have to sacrifice for one another. I like to laugh and joke about things all day long, and I like a good laugh, but we sometimes have to get out of our comfort state to be able to share. So if it means that we have to have oodles or noodles instead of steak, because I need to give Mika some steak. I mean, give Mika some noodles, so I don't have enough steak for me and Mika and our family. So we're gonna all eat noodles together. We have to start sacrificing some time for ourselves, our community, and our family, right? And we have to get rid of they ain't my problem, they ain't my situation. They should have, because sometimes everybody don't have everything that you feel like they should have, right? My church, First Baptist Church of Glen Norton, has a free financial course group called Priority Partners. They meet once a month. That is really good information. Really, really, really good information. And follow your budget, right? So that's something that I'm trying to do, is to learn to budget. And that's why I took me up a crab fundraiser yesterday, because trying to stay and manage your budget. Let's see. Learn to tell yourself no and stop spending your check before you get it. Okay. So Mika, how do you do that? Because what you're saying is so important, right? And it really works if you have a good amount of income. So if you're decent in what you make, you got a little bit more cushion than someone that don't make as much, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. um Remember how you feel when you don't have money. Think about that next time you're about to spend crazy money. Okay, so I like that. I like that. Get a second job for fun. So Pookie, which one was your facts for? I have a budget, but it's so hard to follow it. Okay, right. Get a second job. That is one thing that I feel like, out of all the things that we've jotted in the box, sometimes we need a second job. Just about all my life growing up, I either had a second job or I was in school, right? And not only do you need it for fun money, but sometimes you need it for get ahead money, right? I call it get ahead money, especially if you're a single person and you don't have a spouse to share some of those bills with, or help you say no and not spend as much money. Sometimes you have to get a second job. And I always tell people, like, right now is the time that you can call in sick for work. I wouldn't dare, or I pretty much don't dare, unless I'm really sick, take off during the winter. It's nowhere to go and nothing to do. When you can have those mental health days, because now mental health days are important and they matter. So when you're calling in sick, it ain't got to be that your nose running and your stomach sick. You can be like, I have put so many hours in at work this week, this month, and I just need this mental health day to walk downtown on a monument. Because I always wondered growing up, how did so many people were allowed to walk around downtown? I was like, don't they work? Why they don't work? I want to be this kind of rich. When really you just gotta choose a day to take care of you, right? I stopped feeling obligated to help other people, not helping themselves. That matters, right? That matters, not feeling obligated, because the key is you don't want to take in too much, because it's not healthy. It's not healthy to take in too much. Do what you can, because the Bible says you have to be a cheerful giver, right? And in order to be cheerful, you have to be happy. And normally we happy when we can actually do something. Some of us are mad, um even when we can do something. For the most part, it feels good to be a giver, right? It feels good to have extra. So if someone else asks or something else comes up, if my I need a new front door, if I need a new HVAC system, it feels good to have that money and not have to ask anyone for it. And it's okay to say I don't have it. I've definitely been working on that, because my thing is, if someone asked me for $20, I used to be like, oh, it's just $20. But let me tell you, $20 to 10 people is $200 easy. So therefore, you do not have 10 $20 bills to give out within a pay period, right? Because if you give that out in a pay period, not only is it $200, but it'll be $400 over a month, right? Let's see what else we have here to make sure we didn't miss. We talked about oh, here's another good one. Lack of control. Lack of control. How do you feel lack of control plays into people having suicidal moments? Like, what is your thoughts on that? It's okay to receive financial blessings. Definitely noted and definitely true. So I wanted to know, let's see, lack of control. Do you find that lack of control has anything to do with someone feeling like they want to commit suicide and lose it all? And this is just not only mental health, right? Because we think a lot of that is mental health. Some people are just like a little bit off the wagon with things, right? So it's very important that when you see someone acting outside of their norm, that you at least, if you're in a position where you can, and it's safe to do so, have a conversation with them, right? Because when someone's out of it and they start to lose control, and you see them lunching and tripping, I have never, ever, ever throughout my life, and I love to laugh at people, right? Some things just not funny, but I've never recorded people. So if you are that person that records people in their lowest, please stop. I'm talking about those people that gets off the boat, PCP, the water, and will run up and down the street buck naked. Yeah, you may laugh. Even if you record it, please don't post that stuff on social media. Even if I just want to send it to Flood and be like, hey, look at this. You remember him? Please, because when you post that stuff on social media, someone parent may see it, someone child may see it, especially if someone child, you're 13 years old and your parent lunching, running up and down the street buck naked, and you at school and they passing it around. That right there can make you want to go in the bathroom and kind of cut your arm, right? Because you're already dealing with it every day in home, seeing your mom or dad act this way. And now your friends and your co-workers and the teachers at school, all of them have had a glimpse of what they've seen going on. So please, 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 before you record that person and post that person in their lowest, know that social media gets around, and anyone may have done it. And I know that sometimes we're young and we do things, we just don't know better. But I'm telling you now, don't do that to people, because that's what I consider being out of control, because that's the same person that's so out of it. When they do come back to their normal self, they're so ashamed, right? They may not want to do that drug again because they don't want to be embarrassed and humiliated again. So it's easy just to say, hey, I done made everybody mad and everybody disappointed, and I'm just going to take my own life. Disappointment, that leads into the next one. Disappoint. Don't you go taking your life, your precious life, because you're not who others expect you to be, right? And that can be our parents sometimes wanting us to go to college. Well, there's plenty of people that's rich and successful that did not go to college. Know you, know your limits, and know what works for you. Do not ever compare your life with anyone else's, right? I know my dad would always tell me, never look at what someone else has, because you don't know what they did to get it, right? You don't know what they did to get it. So don't be a lot of this stuff out here, a lot of these labels that you're trying to keep up with. This stuff is not real. This stuff is fake. So you're in debt trying to buy a Gucci bag because you just seen three other people with Gucci bags, and the whole time their bags were really coochie bags. And now you in debt. You can't pay your rent. You can't pay your mortgage. So you're ready to end it all. Do not live your life based off anyone else's. My size shoe is a 7, but it doesn't mean anyone else can wear it, right? Couldn't any, yes, coochie, not Gucci, but coochie. My shoe size is a 7, and that does not mean anyone else can wear this size 7. Journal, journal, and let some of that steam off. If you're worried about someone repeating or sharing information that you may have told them and they got to talking about you, and you're just journal it, right? Journal it, because the mirror and your private book, unless someone gets it unlocked, will not tell your secrets, right? Stop telling people everything that can come back and impact your life and have you feeling a certain type of way. So please, please, please journal, right? Because if you measure yourself with your own life as opposed to others, you will see growth, right? So meaning that I may not be clean like a maid, but now I don't leave my socks on the floor anymore. And acknowledge yourself, praise yourself, encourage yourself, right? Because the thing about it is, everybody has a beginning, everybody has an end, right? Everybody has a beginning and everybody has an end. Measure your growth by your dash, right? If I was only able to save $30 a pay period, that may be great for someone else, but it may not be great for me. I may can only do the 10 or the 20, Meet yourself where you are. Growth. Yes, growth, definitely. Great coping skills. Journaling has been my favorite. Yes, and it's very important because we're so hard on ourselves, right? We're so hard on that. It ain't nobody business how much you owe Pepco as long as your lights off. And sometimes I know being a single mom, I will call them and they tell me how much to do. I said, no, how much do I need to pay for the lights to stay on, right? Because what's due and what's needed to keep the lights on is two different things, right? Because I don't feel like explaining to Pookie why he can't play his game system when he get home, right? So there's a difference. So make sure we're mindful of that. Sometimes we have to punish ourselves, right? And this is so important because sometimes we have to punish ourselves. And the one thing I did, I would run good right up until about the month of end of July. From May to July, that would be my boom. And you might see me at the mall, might see me with something new. But when it got towards the end of July, I already started preparing for Pookie's birthday, right? I already started preparing for Pookie's birthday. I already started preparing for back to school. And right back around that time of August, I am already sitting down. Okay, nobody called, had me to go out nowhere. Because after I get them in school real good, now you got to get some money for the turkey. Followed by the turkey is Yanni's birthday. Followed by Yanni's birthday, you got all your kids, nieces and nephews, and godkids to get gifts for. And then I may come back outside in January. Not that much though, because I don't like the cold air. But we have to punish ourselves. Sit down sometime. If you're doing something all the time and it's not working, stop it. Take a break from it. Take a break from it, right? And that's kind of what Lent season is about. Taking a break from something that you do over and over again. See how much money you can save if you just say, hey, I ain't gonna smoke weed. I ain't telling you to not ever smoke it again. I ain't gonna smoke weed for 10 days. And every time you get the urge to buy some weed, drop it into a peanut can, right? Drop it into a peanut can. And every time you get ready to take a drink, drop 3 dimes inside of the shot glass, right? Every time you want to go see RE, stuff the money in your glove compartment, right? And then see where that gets you at when you tally that all. And it don't have to be, oh, well, if I stop, it ain't gonna get me $100. It may not get you $100, but if it gets you 30, that's 30 more than what you would have used, right? Getting organized. Getting organized is great for your mental health. I am learning. We've been doing a great job of keeping up with this Wednesday clutter move that we've been doing with the storage units into the house. Every Wednesday at the tea time, it's our get it together time, right? Everybody is all work on this day and we get it together as a family. And we don't even live together no more, but we come together to get it together. Pick a day to become organized. Every Tuesday, repeatedly at 6 o'clock, I'm going to clean my house. Every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, I'm going to clean my car. And you can do it in moderation. I'm going to do it for 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes. Yeah, you may need a whole hour, but you got to start somewhere. 30 minutes. Let's look at that for 30 because again, we're trying to do things to keep ourselves alive, not only but to keep ourselves alive, but to keep us healthy. And we also want a clear mind so that we can be a sense of support for those around us. People need us, right? People need us. And I am sacrificing daily. I'm off the toe. Like I have my grandkids more than enough. And I was talking to, I think, Mika and her friends. And if I could be the babysitter every day for them and never go see RE again, and that will stop somebody from touching them or abusing them, then RE me counsel. You right. And sometimes I do need a break, right? And sometimes you do need a moment to be like, hey, get these little kids, they bad. I'm gonna tell y'all what Nala did to my brand new car the other day. But sometimes you do need a break. But overall, nothing makes me more happier than to be of sound mind and to be in place because I could be anywhere. I could be dead in my grave. I could be strung out on drugs. I could be out here sleeping around. I can be out here drinking. Or the most important thing that was most important to me would be my crafts and my RE. But instead, I get to give back to somebody, get to give back to my third generation because my kids are my second. So they're my third, and that makes me happy. I have picked 1 hour before work, 4 days a week to be productive, either at home or work. It's so important. Get out and go for a walk. We sometimes say, oh, I'm gonna take a walk, I'm gonna X, Y, Z, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and we never do. Do just what you said you were going to do. Do just what you said you were going to do. So again, suicide is real, right? Suicide is real. Be on the lookout. Take care of your community. Love on those who love you. Love on those who don't. I got family members that don't even care for me, ain't did anything to them, all because of how much they love me on tea time, how much I'm the uncle and aunt's favorite. And look how dark I am. Look. Because you remember one time you couldn't be favorite if you wasn't light skinned and skinny. Look at this. And my hair ain't get long until I got sister locks, right? So look, when favorite is on you, it's on you. Look how cute I am in chocolate. Sometimes you gotta tell yourself that in the mirror, because when I was a kid, this mole on my head, oh, look at my tag on the wrong way, my hat wrong. But this mole on my head, they used to tease me terrible about this mole. And now this mole is a beauty attraction, right? So love on yourself, invest in yourself, take care of yourself. Make sure you take care of yourself, because if you're in the place that you need to be in, then you'll be there to be there for someone else. So I definitely have to get ready to wrap it up. Favor is not fair. Favor is not, I call it out daily every time I see it coming. Favor is not fair. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for always sipping with me as we grow stronger and better together. I'm just speaking prosperity all over your life. All over your life. As we continue to grow together. So I want to thank you all so much. I hope you enjoy your Easter. I hope you enjoy your Easter. We're going to get back into some fun, springy things, getting started. With some health and wellness. We got to stay on health and wellness. And I will see you all next Wednesday, same back time on the same back channel. Have a great day. Oh, y'all wants me. Y'all wants me.